Hi everyone, welcome back for another reading lesson. I hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy and just being really comfortable and getting your learning done as independently and as focused as you can. I love the information and the work that's piling in from all of you guys. Keep it up. I'm really impressed how focused you guys have stayed. Okay, so we've been reading some expository texts lately, and I just wanted to show the chart that we've been building just to remind you guys about all of the text features that you can find to use to learn a little bit more information in a nonfiction expository text. There's summaries, table of contents, index, glossary, text box, title, headings, diagrams, and maps. All right, we'll see some of those features in this next book that I have for you. The next little bit we're going to be focusing on is about animal habitats or the places where animals live. And so I want to introduce this book to you, Flashy Fantastic Rainforest Frogs. All right, well, let's pause for just a second before we go any further. What do you think you know about frogs? Think to yourself or tell somebody in your house, what do you know about frogs? You probably should pause me. Okay, now based on what you think you know about frogs, what do you wonder? What else do you wonder about them? You might need to pause if your wonderment is long. Okay, here we go. It says the tropical rainforest is a very special place. It never freezes. Instead of summer and winter, the rainforest has a wet and a dry season. Even during the dry season, it often rains. The rainforest looks like a tropical garden. Plants grow everywhere, even on other plants. At the top of the rainforest is the canopy, where trees spread their leaves to gather sunlight. Below the canopy is the understory. The understory is made up of tree trunks, vines, and bushes. The forest floor is shaded by the plants above, so often little grows there. Okay, so based on what I just read and talking about the levels of the rainforest, what are you wondering? Let somebody know or think it to yourself. What are you wondering? Many frogs live in the canopy and the understory. They may never come down to the ground. Their legs are long and thin for climbing from branch to branch. Their toes have wide, sticky tips that help them cling to the branches and leaves. Other frogs spend their whole lives on the forest floor and never enter the water. They don't need to because the air is so wet. Only a few live in or near ponds and streams. Most rainforest frogs eat insects. There are so many crickets, moths, termites, ants, and other insects in the forest that frogs have plenty to eat. Big frogs may go beyond eating insects. Some large, horned frogs have green and brown bodies that blend perfectly with the forest floor. These frogs don't hunt for food. They just sit and wait. They can eat almost anything that comes their way, even mice and small rats. Okay, so let's pause and let's think for just a second. What did you learn about rainforest frogs? tell someone or think to yourself, what did you learn so far about rainforest frogs? Okay, now, were any of the things that you wondered about explained in the reading? If not, you might have to wait longer. The answer might be further along in the book. We won't know that until we finish. But if you did get a wondering answer, tell somebody what it was and what you figured out. Okay. The disguise of the horned frogs also protects them from becoming food for larger animals. Many small frogs protect themselves by hiding too. Some have brown patterns that disguise them on tree trunks or among dead leaves. Glass frogs are hard to see on green leaves. Much of their skin has no color at all. It is sometimes hard to see where the glass frog ends and the leaf begins. That's some really amazing camouflage. Okay. This is going to be our last page for today. Let's turn so you can see this while I read it. It says a few rainforest frogs have a special way to avoid predators. They have big feet with webbing between the toes. Some also have flaps of skin on the sides of their bodies. To escape, the frog jumps in the air and spreads out its feet. The webbing and flaps act like wings and slow the frog's fall as it glides gently downward. When the frog reaches another tree, it can hang on with just one giant toe pad until it can grab with its foot. Wow, okay. Now, based on what you heard, what are you wondering? Do you wonder about this frog or anything else? Go ahead and tell somebody or think it to yourself. I can show this next picture too. All right, well, we're going to have to pause there with our rainforest frogs, and we will continue this book with some wonderings and some things that we will learn along the way regarding animals' habitats. So now it's your turn. It's your turn to go find a really good nonfiction expository text. Could be an article, could be something from the newspaper, could be a magazine, could be something online. Could be just a nonfiction book. Go find a good, comfortable spot, get cozy where you're not distracted, and enjoy your reading. Check back later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.